All right, so I don't even have to ask who you are because I already know. But tell us who you are and welcome to Hollywood.
Well, I'm Joya Delaney, and I'm called the Beverly Hills Shaman, and I am kind of the show business shaman, and I help people from all over the world who are in show business mostly. 40% of my clients may be, just regular people, but the majority of the show business people are guided to me, and I've been doing it 30 years. I was in show business myself, and I'm part artist, part healer, and do radio. I've been in magazines. I've done a lot of different things, like extra work and stand-in work, and just helping a lot of people, models, especially. I started out working with supermodels in particular. They need a lot of protection, and so do actors, and so I'm the protector, and I also get rid of issues that stop them from, getting what they deserve, the money, for instance, or whatever they deserve.
And it's interesting because being in this town, being in this business is tough. And you literally have, as you would say, people running to you
Yes.
to get cleansed and do everything like that,
Yes.
including myself, because it's rough. And you've always said throughout the years, there's that why you, why not me syndrome. Talk
Yes.
about that.
Well, it's jealousy, basically, and it's very competitive, but the main thing is that everybody has an opportunity, and when your time comes, you should be ready. And I do think that if you get rid of your issues first, that's the best way. And then you have strong roots, and from that foundation, then you can stand up and you can leave a legacy behind even. You won't fall in front of the whole world. You won't be embarrassed, and there won't be all this slander, and it won't even be thinking about coming your direction. So it doesn't happen for me either, and it does for a lot of psychics, but I don't have one bad mark on my record or on the internet. I don't get bad reviews, or I don't get sued, or I don't get stalked. Or,
That's true. You don't.
Nothing. Yeah.
Talk about, we're in a retrograde now. This one seemed like it was heavy. There was one in July that was really, really bad. Talk
Yes.
about what we're in right now and what's coming up.
Well, this year is about really clearing ancient things out of our souls. The universe is our shaman now. So before, we could kind of get away with denial, and we could pretend that, this isn't true and that's not true, and I don't believe in this, I don't believe in that, and it was okay. 5 years ago it was okay. But now that we're in this new age of light, we all have to take responsibility for ourselves, for our issues, for our behavior, and not only that, but for our past lives and our ancestor behaviors. We have a lot in our soul. Now, we work a lot on the outside, we work a lot on our organs and things like that, but we don't really know what our soul is, nor do we really think about it or work on it, and that's the most important thing to be working on at this point. 98% of the world's problems are spiritual now. Okay, when you look at the news and go, why are all these people acting like this? Why is this person shooting and doing this and doing that and running around and killing their girlfriend because she left them and all this kind of stuff? It's because of bad spirits. And there's so much light pouring into the planet now since 2012, and so much love pouring into the planet, and so much grace and truth and just divine energies of abundance coming in, and we're not used to it. And we have a lot of resistance to it. Humans don't like change that much, and we're also very afraid of what we want the most, which is love. And we're very afraid of things, and we don't like change that much. And the universe is making us change, and making us get out of our fear, and making us look at our stuff, and making us work on ourselves and improve ourselves. Now, some people aren't liking it, and they're jumping off the cliff. They're jumping off the Brooklyn Bridge like crazy. You were talking about that previous movie where the man's stopping him from jumping. He needs to be in New York. And I would think, why don't you just take a few pills or something? Why would you jump into this pitch black, nasty water? But people are that crazed now, and they think that there's going to be a rest in peace. When they jump out of this lifetime, it's no rest in peace. You're still you. You still have to deal with your stuff. It doesn't matter if you think you're running away or you're going to go to sleep for a long time. It's impossible. It's not going to happen. You're still you, and you take you with you everywhere you go.
One of the things I remember you saying a couple of years ago, we were entering the age of Aquarius. This was the time for women coming in. And as men, we had to honor women, if I was correct, when you were saying this.
Well, there's a female inside of you, too.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. So you have to honor the feminine in you. In other words, come out of the crotch into the heart, and come out of the ego into the spirit. And it's not easy for men, because you usually go into the man cave and you just process stuff on your own. You don't always talk to each other about your stuff. You know, you have to be macho and all this stuff, and you shouldn't cry. So it's time to cry, and it's time to get out of so much macho and into the more the heart.
Clearing of the chakras. Talk about that. Why is that important?
Well, it's like a car, and just like you have to tune it up, and you have to make sure that the fluids are in there, and you got to go to somebody to kind of help you tune it up and keep it going, and you got to put it, you know, on the X-ray and look in there and see what's wrong and what's right about it. So the same thing with your work on yourself. So the chakras are like the engine inside your body, and they need to be operating correctly. They need to be the right size, the right color, because they keep you going in the right directions, and they keep you they're just a part of the human anatomy that doctors wouldn't be aware of, but a chiropractor or maybe an acupuncturist or somebody like that would be aware of it. We have meridians, and we have a lot of different things that are spiritual in our system.
Yeah.
And if they're off balance, then we're just spacey, and this is why there's so many accidents and so many people getting forgetful and ADHD and all this stuff. And you really have to keep yourself, you know, I'm almost 70, and my energy's about 35, 40.
And all that stuff has just got to come up. It can't be hidden anymore.
No. People are running to the emergency rooms. They are running to the doctor. They're running to the dentist. Before they could ignore all that stuff, but not now. And even if you're eating a lot of junk and sugar and stuff, your body will go, are you serious? And then it's just like, you know, it doesn't react really well when you overdo drinking and things like that. It just doesn't react well to it anymore. So we're all learning to put more green in our system, to eat more properly, you know, and to think better, act better, do better, take care of ourselves.
How can people reach you?
JoyaDelaney.net, and the phone number's on there too. And I'm Joya the Shaman on Facebook, Shaman Joya.
And you have a book coming out soon.
Yes, it's called The Beverly Hills Shaman. And also there's a cartoon connected to it and a film. And it's all about 30 years of being a shaman in the most shallow environments, trying to raise people's consciousness. And I've got a shallow side too. And also I've loved show business, and I've been in all areas of it, from typing scripts up to acting myself, to being on the radio, to being the reader of the producers, to cleanse all the people that, the celebrities, and you know, to really read people and to really help them to understand who they are and to understand life too. Most of us don't even know what life is all about. We don't know if there's really a divine creator. We don't know a lot of things. So there's a lot of victims running around. And there's no such thing as just one life. It's not true. And also there's no such thing that child didn't choose that. The child did choose it. We all chose everything. And this is an earth school. We're all here learning. It's a school. It's a karma school.
What do you think the future of Hollywood is? And for those people coming here who don't know, because a lot of people come here looking for a second chance, but they're not told what's happening when they get here.
Yes, they're not. And a lot of them move on out because it's a pot of gold that's supposed to be here, just like when you play the lottery. And in a way, it is sort of like the lottery. And I think a lot of it has to do with the destiny. A lot of people are born to be in show business. And it is all part of deservability and worthiness as well. And a lot of people are afraid. And so if you have fear, you need to feel the fear and do it anyway, and also work on yourself. You know, if you don't work on yourself and you don't understand yourself, then when the agent looks at you, they don't know what to do with you. So you've got to have this confidence and this charisma. And as soon as people see you, they have to say, oh, you know, that person's got some charisma and they look like they have it going on. And then you might have that one chance. Also, when you audition, some of my clients audition 30 times before they get a yes. And they're beautiful people. And they hear no. They have people behind the wall, and they're looking at them, and the producers are just getting ready to, you know, they're getting ready to hit it big. And then they say no. And they have to go back the next day and audition again. So I assist with that, but, you know, I really encourage people to not give up. If this is what you want, then keep going, because, say, for instance, Lucy, when I Love Lucy, she heard a lot of no's. And especially with that husband. They were like, are you out of your mind? But she kept going until she got a yes. So, you know, I'm not saying don't come to Hollywood, but know what you're going to get into and try to work a side job and, you know, try to get your lodging together and, you know, your survival, because it's not easy.